The little princess who was stolen at birth. I actually came back on the day I was 5 years old. I'm so hungry. Why haven't father and mother come back yet? Next to the stone lion in the palace, sleeping with a pink and glutinous queen, and a fluffy little yellow duck, chirping. Zhao Wang and his wife are not in the mansion now. They have traveled all over the world. There are only 4 young masters at home. But these 2 days, the young masters are very busy and are not in the mansion. Why didn't the bad girl say it earlier? Tai has been hungry since morning. Doll baby fat cheeks puffy. He decided to have a hearty meal first. How could we be stopped by the little yellow duck and we can't leave? In case you leave, your brothers just happen to be back. Isn't that missed? But for one by one. The sky is big and the earth is big to fill the stomach. He was just leaving. I saw a luxury carriage parked at the door. A handsome young man about 18 years old. Get out of the carriage. The little yellow duck immediately excited the 4th son. That is, your 4th brother Yao Jinky came back. The doll's eyes shine. And the 4th brother is so handsome. He ran upside down to have the 4th brother on the thigh. I finally waited for you. Zhao Jinky's face was full of displeasure, eyes full of contempt for untouchables. Where did the little beggar come from? Blow away, but not afraid at all. Soft and cute, blinking big black eyes. If the 4th brother is driven away, I will be beaten by my father and mother. The disgust in the eyes of the 4th son became even stronger. I was about to kick him away. Butler Zhu came in a hurry, explained that the little girl waited at the door early in the morning, claiming to be the daughter of the prince. In recent years, there have been too many little dolls recognized by the palace. The slave did not dare to let him enter the mansion. The little princess of Zhao Palace was stolen as soon as she was born. Prince Zhao didn't get the Jedi back. After, I will take the grief-stricken princess away to find you. It will only happen once after 5 years. And the 4 of the Zhao Palace. The son has been secretly looking for his little sister. Therefore, Zhao Jinky deeply disliked these bladed people. Get him off me! 4th brother. I'm so hungry. Can you let me take 2 bites first? Seeing Zhao Jinky on the verge of rage, the housekeeper quickly took the little girl away. I'll give you 2 meat buns. Go away. Everyone who came to the door was sent to dig coal. Butler, I can't bear for such a cute doll to be tortured. The 4th brother can prove it one by one. I am the daughter of my father and mother, but in fact, he's the 2nd monstrous generation of the gods. There is an unwritten old spirit in the realm of the gods. When you're 5,000 years old, you have to go down to earth for experience. When the time is up, one by one, inexplicably sent to the world, his task is to correct 4 villain brothers with wrong views. 5 years ago, they appeared one by one at the entrance of a dilapidated temple, adopted by a monk in the temple. But because Night Wen had a head injury at the time, the baby is 5 years old and has no brain. It was not until 3 days ago that one by one's divine soul merged with it. Then the little yellow duck gave the master a dream, informed the master of the identity of Yi. So the master asked them to go down the mountain one by one to find their relatives. That's why you're looking up. At this time, Zhao Jinky looked at the little beggar. No one knows except the people in the palace. My sister's best friend. This little beggar actually knows. Although the face is dirty, but you can also see that it is somewhat similar to your mother. Especially since this girl looks pitiful now. Deeper with mother, not a little beggar. They walked for a long time before coming to the capital. I'm really hungry. I could eat a cow right now. Butler Zhu thinks it is very likely that the little doll is a real daughter, and the little princess Zhao Ming is indeed the 4th son. Why don't you let him ask questions after dinner? Zhao Jinky nodded. The years of disappointment have accumulated. He was too numb to hope. Go to him one by one. Raise your hands, brother, hug. Although the 4th brother looks delicious, but I won't bite my 4th brother. Hungry legs are weak. I'm dizzy. Finally, the little girl lay down on the ground. Finally, I slowly closed my eyes. Those present with a lot of drama can see through it at a glance. Zhao Jinky endured. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Then he picked up the dirty little beggar and went into the mansion. Doesn't he know it's a real crocodile? The touty swallows everything and knows everything. In the realm of the gods, he specializes in devouring the thrilling souls of demons and spirits. Eating one is enough for him to digest for a while. Available in the human world, to eat mortal souls is to violate an IOU. And the little girl hasn't eaten all day. Naturally hungry, Butler Zhu prepared a large table of delicacies. The 4th son is preparing to have dinner together. But see the small milk ball carrying the braised pork. Pour directly into your mouth. Gone in an instant. Then, the little girl picked up another oily roast chicken. Open your mouth a few times and it's gone again. Not much. A big plate of old duck soup. Not even duck soup. Zhao Jin's colleagues stared even bigger than their peers. Then he was stunned to see him go to the island to gnaw. The speed at which the eyes rotate can't keep up with the speed of his plate. About 10 minutes. A large table of dishes. It's all in the belly of the milk dumpling. Zhao Jinky, who has not moved with chopsticks. It's outrageous. Butler Zhu came in with the last Buddha jumps over the wall. See this strange scene. The 4th son stared at the little girl motionless. Yi is sticking her tongue out to lick the plate. So the old housekeeper misunderstood. The 4th son who has always been young. My appetite is so good today. Zhao Jinky can't say a word, I didn't eat a single bite, and the last dish on the table quickly disappeared. Butler Zhu's expression was directly struck by lightning. The girl with stock in her belly showed a satisfied and cute smile. Then he lifted him to a chair, pulled up his loose robe, and suddenly stopped. What's wrong with that? The little girl took the initiative to pull up the white clothes that were close to her body. Fourth brother will give you a look one by one. The boy gave a quick scan of his stomach. It didn't bulge. Where did the dozen dishes he ate go? Zhao Jinky asked incredulously. Don't you feel a stomachache? The first one shakes his head. In fact, he can still eat it. Yao Jinky's face suddenly sank. Lao Zhu sent him away. A normal child wouldn't eat that much. Zhao's daughter. It can't be an abnormal child. The first pouting brother. Do you dislike me for eating too much? Of course Zhao Jinzi didn't admit it. But his gut told him that the doll was not his sister. Sister's best friend. You can find out about the Mother God Temple with some means. It could also be coincidence. The fourth son's eyes darkened. Zhao Jinky suspected that he had undergone professional training. Liar. How do you prove that you are the princess of the Zhao Palace? Take out the longevity lock one by one. The master said this can prove. Zhao Jinky's heart beat faster. This is my sister when she was born. The father deliberately attacked and built it. Butler Zhu also recognized it. This is indeed the only surname of the little princess. The old housekeeper was so surprised that he was about to cry. Zhao Jinky calmly expressed that he was observing for a few days. Today's liars are smart. Maybe even the longevity lock is made? After washing up one by one, it's cute and melts the hearts of everyone present. Only Zhao Jinky has a cold face, and I will ask you a few questions. You have to answer truthfully. Nao Danzi's little head nodded. The answer to my brother's question was seamless. The traffic police said and looked carefully. There is a unique mark of the palace in the hidden place of Chongsheng. This is enough to prove that one is his own sister. Now just get the father and mother back. You can draw conclusions after reading it. The little ball yawned. The fourth brother wants to sleep when he is sleepy. Aunt Jin's heart hurt inexplicably. Gently take his little hand and I'll take you to bed. Think of the little baby's short legs. Come so far. Did those fleshy feet fall? What should I do if I'm hungry? What should I do if I meet a bad person? If you don't think about it, you're going crazy. Zhao Jin pulled the quilt for him. Pinch his soft, waxy face. Touch his little hand. My heart suddenly overflowed with the tenderness of blood thicker than water. And the next day, sleeping soundly, woken up by the quacking of the little yellow duck. Wake up first. Something happened to your fourth brother. When the milk dazed out of the door, Butler Zhu was so anxious that his mouth was full of running housekeepers. What about the fourth brother? Rubbing his relaxed, sleepy eyes one by one, he asked the first lady. The fourth son was taken away by the arrest of Jin Zhao's mansion. They said that the fourth son mutilated 2 meters. I will go to Jin Zhao mansion to have a look. Then he was ordered to give him hair comb, and he sat down and he gulped down fruit after eating 10 meat buns. 10 siu mai, 3 bowls of wontons and 2 bowls of porridge. Butler Zhu opened his eyes again. The housekeeper is so worried that the palace will be eaten poor by him. Those who are not full yet copy the little yellow duck one by one. He left the house in a hurry. The butler hurriedly asked 3 guards to follow. Miss Yi can't be hurt in the slightest. On the way to Jin Zhao mansion, the deeds of the fourth son of the little yellow duck who gave milk dumplings to popularize science. Zhao Jing Xian Yanfang is rich enough to rival the country. The 3 best long streets in Beijing. All the air in the shop is in his hands. Beneath the warm and jade-like appearance is the means of yin marks. At this moment, Jin Zhao mansion is filled with the crying of the families of the deceased. Accuse Zhao Jins of being vicious. They killed their son, their husband. There are 2 main cases. Not long ago, Zhao Jinzi had someone sell a batch of gold tools to Boss Zhu. The goods are not full gold. It took Boss Zhu several days to find out that he only can admit that he was unlucky and lost 560,000 taels. But last night, Boss Zhu died in his study. The other murder case was Boss Mo in gold and silver satin. Half a month ago, he launched a light blue cloud. For a time, it was popular in Quanjin City. Zhao Jins took a fancy to it and forced Boss Mo to cooperate. But Boss Mo refused. Under the holy wrath of Zhao Jing Temple, sent someone to release dozens of mice. I bit all the Kinjiangzio in the Mo family warehouse. The Mo family lost 40,000 to silver. Early this morning, the body of Boss Mo was found in New Delhi. The families of the 2 families accused the prince of raping people's lives. If Lord Jin Zhaofu does not handle it impartially, they sue for jade and seek justice for their relatives. But the 4th son has a poor inscription at the entrance of Jingchengku. He once forced more than a dozen stores to close and leave. Now it has actually killed 2 store owners. The crowd was outraged. And of course Zhao Jingji didn't admit it. Shopping malls are like battlefields, and soldiers are never tired of deception. The 2 bosses of the Jumo family could not bear the blow. Choose to leave your loved ones behind and take Huangquan Road. This is not what I forced them to do. Excuse me, Lord Liu. Which interest rate have I violated? Hearing the words, the people of the Zhu family and the Mo family were angry and reprimanded him. Blog 15 came to report the autopsy results. Juboan's death was due to poisoning. The cause of Moziki's death. He drank a lot of alcohol before he died. The two families suspected that it was Zhao Jinki's hands and feet. The evil deeds of the fourth son are ahead. The people also recognize that this was what Zhao Jinki said. Even if the government finally clears the injustice of the fourth brother, I'm afraid the people will think they are protecting each other. That fourth brother will live forever, charged with causing death. Originally, his 3 views were not correct. Add the catalysis of this. It is very likely that the crooked is more complete. A dark eye rolled. Turn around and run. The little milk bowl decided to find out the truth for the fourth brother. He snuck into love, straight to the fall, after a while of being busy with the 2 missing. Back to court. Now a beggar is testifying. When Bosmo passed by the river last night, a man in black pushed him into the river. The man in black is about the same size as Zhao Jinki, and the servants of the Ju family also said similar words. Zhao Jinki raised her eyebrows disdainfully. Jumo's 2-person building has gradually come to light. There is no need for the prince to do it himself. And there's some truth to that. The case is getting more complicated. Lord Liu decided to rescind the trial. Fourth brother is the kindest person in the world. Impossible to do illegal things. The sound of this dairy field suddenly sounded. All the people in the courtroom were stunned. I saw the little pink milk ball coming in. Yao Jingji frowned fiercely. Why is he here? Darren, have you seen the bodies of the 2 deceased? Yi Yi is not afraid. Of course I have seen it. Lord Liu saw this soft and cute baby. I can't help but be a little shorter than the little girl. You can't come here. Just go home. Instead of leaving. Yi Yi, instead, speak righteously enough that I can prove it. The fourth brother has nothing to do with the 2 murders. Zhao Naon is serious and serious. Many people burst out laughing. A 5-year-old baby actually said there was evidence. Brother, I will protect you. No one can bully you. The first little fleshy hand held the index finger of the fourth son. Look at him with his soft round face. Zhao Jinki wanted to laugh when he heard that. But my heart is sour and astringent. Since my father and mother left the scriptures, the 4 brothers were very busy. Whoever is in trouble is dealt with separately. He's used to working alone. Okay, the little sister who just came back now said to protect her. I have to. At this moment, Zhao Jinki's hard heart cracked open. But who would take a 5-year-old doll seriously? Lord Liu ordered the yamen to take the child away. In court, I thought of the little baby one by one. Grandpa Wuzuo, have you checked Boss Ju? Do you know what poisoned him? 5 didn't have time to find out what it was. That I know. One by one, with a serious little face inserted into the little demon, Lord Liu. Please bring Boss Ju over. Stupid boy actually taught me to do things. Lord Liu has been deceived. But the 5th is not happy. Owned ability for more than 10 years. Being provoked by a baby. What do little dolls know? Don't talk nonsense in court. Small milk ball 70 does not lose at all. Are you afraid of losing to me? Don't dare to carry the corpse over. Those who were shot can get up or down. Finally, I asked Lord Liu for instructions. Call someone to lift the corpse hand. Zhao Jins couldn't tell what he felt in his heart. The small milk is wrapped in a sample with confidence. It's cute and makes people want to hold it in their arms and knead it hard. He should have been coquettish in the arms of his parents. Carefree laughter in the favor of brothers. Now I'm running to court to face the failure. Facing the malice of so many people. His heart is about to melt. The lady of the Ju family pointed at the little doll angrily. This child is from the Zhao Palace. You can't believe him. The Mo family also echoed such a young child. What can you understand? My lord, you're a blue sky boss who decides cases like a god. But don't let them lead you by the nose. It really damages your reputation. This sentence just hit the heart of Lord Liu. High reputation for official crimes. One by one, he suddenly turned to ask the beggar, you saw it with your own eyes. Did the fourth brother push Bosmo into the river? The beggar nodded firmly. What time is it difficult to tell the river? Maybe ugly. The beggar also said the specific location first. When the beggar is not paying attention, pull something out of him. The beggar had no time to react. I can only return my things fiercely. The doll raised the Juju money bag and asked Mrs. Mo, Grandma, is this Boss Mo's purse? When I missed checking in the practice room just now. Discover Boss Mo. I don't have the money bag that a business person must have. He guessed that the money bag was taken away. Madam Mo nodded again and again. He sewed it himself. How could it be on a beggar? And everyone was surprised. That's a big find. My sister is so smart. The little baby is very proud that the deceased went to drink last night. Must bring the money bag. How could the dead man's purse be on you? The beggar bowed his head guiltily. I picked that up. The rope and the opening of the money bag are broken. It was obviously torn off by someone. The little brain seeds that swing the dumplings are very clear. It must have been robbed violently. That means the beggar is lying. The beggar tried to steal the money bag. Failed to push Boss Mo into the river. This is the most reasonable inference. Jiaojing Temple follows the analysis of one by one. The beggar remembers the time and place of the crime. He's most likely the party involved. The beggar shouts injustice, but no longer say that the money bag was picked up. Lord Liu, after severe training, the beggar finally broke down in admitting that things were done for him. Mo his people wail in pain. I can't wait to kill him now. Zhao Jin's heart was warm and full of pride. Milk dumplings are clearly conditioned. This brain is flexible. Must have hugged him with my little doll. Fourth brother, am I awesome? He felt his little head. His eyes are full of tenderness first. Very powerful. The doll is happy. The little head is nestled on the sashimi. The fourth son's heart is about to be turned by him. When I was about to pick up my sister, Ya has brought Boss Ju here. The Ju family was devastated. The first turn heads to 5 seats. Don't say my little doll bullies you. Here's your chance. Find out what the Boss Ju was poisoned with, in order to restore dignity. Angrily, I checked again and missed it. And Yi wrote down the poison he found on paper. Hand it over to Lord Liu. Adult, can I have an experienced doctor test for poison? Li Darren thinks this idea is good. Send for a doctor immediately. Lady Ju doesn't trust the people in the palace. Sir, this is a murder case. How can we get young children involved? While at a young age, growing up is also a scourge. The little baby is not angry. Instead, shake your head like a little adult. Boss Ju is really unlucky. Lady Ju's eyes widened. What do you mean? Boss Ju is dead, and his wife doesn't want to find out. How could he die so clearly? You, the lady of the Ju family, are you angry directly? You talk bumpy. Did you go out today and get kicked in the left brain by a donkey? There's a bag growing inside. The lady of the Ju family trembled with anger. Just too deceiving. What's worse? The people outside the door burst into laughter. If not now in court, Lady Ju must make this dead child look good. And the martial arts banquet has been going on for a long time. Finally found too. The most likely chronic medication. So we went into shaming mode. You stinky little girl. Do you know what a chronic poison is? How much do you understand adults? Court affairs. How can you? A little radish head, stir it up. And the little princess of Zhao Palace lost 5 years. Where did you come from, little bastard? The 5 still want to continue to talk. Next second, he fell straight to the door of the hall. Shigeji exudes a cold breath. So brave. He actually insulted the little princess of Prince Zhao's mansion. The people present were shocked, scared, and gossipy. Fourth young Master Zhao is so fierce. Has the little princess who was lost for 5 years been found? Oh dear. 5 people got up in humiliation. Bow your head and don't dare to say a word. He shook Zhao Jinki's big-handed fourth brother. Don't be angry. We don't meet useless people. Zhao Jinki endured her anger. Touched the little girl's head. After Dr. Gao arrived, I checked the failure and the deceased was scrawny. Pupil constriction. The organs are toxic. Should die of respiratory exhaustion. The deceased had been taking medicine for at least 3 or 4 months. The Ju family's wife angrily scolded Zhao Jing Temple for losing her conscience. It actually started poisoning 3 or 4 months ago. As for the 2 medicines mentioned by Wu Zuo, Dr. Gao shook his head and said no. The first nod of approval is yes. Boss Chu has been smoking hibiscus cakes for 3 or 4 months. He was already terminally ill. It's not wrong to die. The tall man was also surprised. This little girl actually knows about hibiscus cakes. 5 embarrassing faces can't be hung up, but still argue. The court banned the appearance of hibiscus cakes. It's normal that the subordinates didn't test it out, right? And everyone was surprised again. This new little princess is a bit amazing. Zhao Jinki's heart was even more shocked. Such a small milk bag, epiglottic plug. Do you understand medicine? The first said again. Please also send someone to Boss Ju's study. Search. Lord Liu immediately sent a dentist to Ju's house upon hearing this. Then he interrogated the butler of the Ju family and a personal assistant. Boss Ju, there are indeed corresponding symptoms after smoking hibiscus cream. The dentist is also in the study compartment. Find a sealed box. After Dave Gao verifies, it's the official hibiscus paste in the wooden box. The case is obvious, right? These 2 murders have nothing to do with Zhao Jin's. Did not kill the 2 deceased. Even if the Jumo family doesn't believe it, but they can't say anything in front of the evidence. First, step in again and talk. Fourth brother is the kindest and most powerful person in the world. If you wrong the fourth brother again in the future, I won't be polite. Little dumplings are afraid of misunderstanding kindness. Who in the capital does not know the sinister nature of the fourth son of the Zhao Palace? But he's so protective, ferocious, creamy and soft. Many people are rare. Zhao Jinzi picked up the small milk bag, left wildly in the eyes of everyone. On the way back, Yi looked at Zhao Jinki's handsome face. Drool DC, but my little belly growled. Fourth son failed. Brother will take you to the restaurant to eat delicious food. Milk doll with sparkling eyes. My brother was eaten poor by me. You can't cry. Don't worry. Snacks. The speed at which my brother earns money. It can eat faster than you can. The little doll hugged Zhao Jinki happily. Poor brother. You smell so good. I want to take a bite. Just a little bite, okay? Well, cutting times of course disagree. What's wrong with this? He told the groom to hurry up. If you eat more, your sister will be hungry and thin. How did you know that Boss Ju took hibiscus cream? Do you know anything about medicine? Yes. The master teaches medical university, but in fact, it was the clothes of the gods who taught him. He dares to say that his medical skills are unrivaled in the world. The traffic police believed it. After all, the monks of Yamano Temple, many are foreign experts, so it's not surprising that people are good at medicine. I can think of my little sister helping to dry the herbs. By the boring medical backbone, the fourth son couldn't help but have ripples in his eyes. Finguilu is Beiying, one of the 3 most popular restaurants in the city. There are only 2 private rooms upstairs. One of them is exclusive to Zhaojing porcelain. He knows that milk dumplings are hungry and eat a lot. He told the man to serve quickly. Wait for the dishes to be served one by one. Little dull disc after disc. The action is unrestrained and the eating is quite rude. Zhao Jinzi was really afraid that he would choke. Brother Thorn, if you don't stab me, I'll be stabbed naked. His cheeks are bulging. Slurred speech. The fourth son's sweet sister is thinking of me. The unborn little yellow duck crouched aside, holding a duck leg that is only bigger than himself and chewing hard. Seeing my sister quickly sweep away 7 or 8 stacks, Kai Zhao Jin's vinegar is not forced. Don't you feel supported? He ate a lot yesterday and thought he was hungry for several days. If you eat so much today, there must be something wrong. Heal the grievances. The little doll thought there were only so many dishes. I haven't finished yet. Is the fourth brother gone? Zhao Jing Temple struggled to spit out 2 more words. At this time, the shopkeeper came over and said that there was a key injury. The fourth son told his sister not to go out casually. He'll be back soon. Then the guy delivered several more big dishes. No doll's happy little feet are swaying. A 6-year-old girl is angry. Go to the door of the private room to eat. Like ugly and edible like a pig. Must be a country bumpkin. How can a lowly pariah deserve this elegant sword? Lotus went in unceremoniously and pointed angrily at a hillbilly. Get out. Yi Zhang is happily gnawing on roast duck. Big shining eyes narrow dangerously. Explanation of the little yellow duck quack quack. He is Miss Lotus, the nanny of the 4 young masters of the Zhao Palace. Nanny Gao's grandmother is right in the book. Some people like to send it to the door and slap it in the face. Are you deaf or dumb? The Lotus saw that he ignored himself. A domineering rebuke. This private room is unique to me. You little bastard doesn't deserve to eat here. Looking at the little kid in front of him, he smiled very cute. I like to eat here. What can you do to me? Hearing this, the little yellow duck hugged the chicken leg and quickly hid in the corner. The cuter a certain beast smiles, the more ruthless it will be. This little girl is going to suffer. The little princess who was stolen at birth, at the age of 4.2. He came back by himself, and once he returned to the palace, he became the richest man in the world. But there is a little girl in the mansion who knows nothing about the sky and the earth. He actually wanted to snatch the 4th brother from him. He's a 5-year-old gourmet. Adults will teach you not to be too square. Ziwen is the largest restaurant in Beijing. The granddaughter of the royal family raised her head proudly. This restaurant belongs to my 4th brother. It's naturally mine. Get out of here. Otherwise, I'll let the waiter throw you out. Kind of curious. And Nanny's granddaughter. He actually called the master of the palace as his brother. What the little baby doesn't know is, Nanny Gao asked Lotus to call the 4 sons uncles. But Lotus thinks that calling brother can mean purity. Yi's poisonous retort. Where did you get the 4th brother from? That's mine. So ugly. It's a beautiful thought. Lotus was furious. Reach out and hit him. Lotus is in the Zhao Palace. Who doesn't flatter him? Even the entire capital did not dare to bully him. This hillbilly is courting death. A quick response. Little fleshy hen slaps left face and right face. Lotus was furious and the little bastard dared to hit me. I'll kill you. Lotus pulls out the golden hairpin on her head. He stabbed his eyes fiercely. Small hit. Shouldn't have such black and beautiful eyes. Wait until it hits and becomes ugly. He is still the most beautiful little girl in the whole capital. The first is to easily avoid killing moves. Picked up a large plate of chicken soup and buckled it directly on his head. Such a dirty mouth. Such an ugly face. This girl will help you wash. You're welcome. Lotus screamed. The whole restaurant could hear it. Crazy, crazy jumping feet. I let the 4th brother kill you. Must kill you. Hearing the sound, the waiter who came looked awake. In a panic, I went to report to the owner. Young Master Zhao Sei's protection is amazing. I love Miss Lotus again. I'm afraid that little girl is going to be miserable today. Wait for Zhao Jins to come in a hurry. See the embarrassed Lotus flower. See my sister again for a meal that doesn't affect it at all. The 4th son frowned. Lotus, the villain complained first. 4th brother, this lowly little bastard bullies me. You're about to kill him. Zhao Jinqi's expression was instantly cold. Little bastard. One, not only does he not state the facts slowly, he wants to drive me away. He tried to blind me with a golden hairpin. It's not true. 4th brother. He saw that my golden hairpin looked good and snatched it away. He's lying, dead girl. The young man is so vicious. The first pouted. Who wants your golden hairpin? Only ugly people wear such ugly hairpins. Poor brother. Look at you. Zhao Zizihong scolded me again. A hint of malice flashed through Lotus's tearful eyes. The police shouted loudly to shut up. Lotus was stunned. Fourth brother has never been cruel to him. Now I'm killing him. Blame the little bastard. The first is my only real sister. She's the little princess who the palace has been searching for many years. Say something like that, little bastard. Don't blame me for being ruthless. Impossible, fourth brother. You're mistaken. How could he be the little princess? The little princess is long dead. The traffic police officer slapped him in the past in an instant. You're just a slave. Remember your identity and disrespect the little princess. Dead Lotus covered her face and felt like the sky was falling. How could this be? The little baby hugged the fourth son softly. Fourth brother is the best brother in the world. One by one, I like the fourth brother the most. Zhao Jingji picked him up. I found out that he actually won a lot of caddies. I almost missed it. He went outside and told everyone in the restaurant. One is my own sister. Mine is one by one. As for Lotus, you can have dinner in the lobby on the first floor. Lotus bites pink lips, full of resentment. The little milk ball hides the neck of the fourth brother. Wink at the lotus flower. Shiny black eyes. It seems to be saying that the fourth brother is mine. Lotus's young face is full of yin marks. There are not many small and medium bridges. It's Mammy Gao who's coming to pick up her granddaughter after finishing her work. He was out of breath crying in his arms. Lotus asked about the situation while coaxing. Leander, don't cry. That person is not necessarily the little princess. Grandma won't let the little one be heavy. Scammer steal your stuff. He has the means. Expose the true face of the little bastard liar. And the Lotus thing. The trace reminded Zhao Jinki. My sister was born with a golden spoon. You should think of the glory and wealth of the world. So the fourth son decided to sweep the streets with the doll. As long as you have seen more, bye. 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 The little doll was so tired that it fell asleep all afternoon. Zhao Jinki also swept through various shops with relish. He spread all kinds of silver saying semicolons all over the world, just to find the stolen sister. I hope that one day can hand over this rich victory to my sister. Now the wish has finally come true. But he doesn't have to high requirements for materials. Only have a soft spot for eating and drinking. It's a 500-year-old baby. I can't figure out that the fourth brother is such a good person. How did it turn into a villain in the end? There are 3 other brothers for the same reason. The little yellow duck knows. King Zhao and the princess have not returned for 5 years. In order to keep the Zhao palace in court has the voiceover. Also for when my sister comes home. Be a carefree little princess. It's the 4 sons who do everything they can to pursue their careers. Young masters feel that only they themselves are strong enough. Sister can become the little princess that the emperor dare not bully. So the main reason why the 4 young masters are blackened is a little baby has a headache. Now the 3 views of the brothers have been finalized. It's not going to be fixed by 1 or 2 things at all. It's the sad sigh of the dumpling. It seems that he is probably not saving his brother in the future. On the way to save my brother, Zhao Jin saw that his sister seemed to be talking to the little yellow duck. Can't help but ask Yi curiously, "Are you playing with the little yellow duck?" "Yeah." "You want me to talk to the little yellow duck? You can understand what the little yellow duck is saying." "I understand." To prove that the duckling understands, Milk Doll stretches out little meaty hands. The little yellow duck jumped into his palm. Isn't the little rabbit and the little cat more cute? Why would you think of raising a duck? Night Doll drools small. Yellow duck stew nibbles at him. This divine duck. The fate of the ancestor is thrilling. Is it Shikuan Dabu pills after eating it? Zhao Jins didn't know what to say for a while. The little yellow duck jumped off its palm angrily, turned around and walked thinking of me. You don't even think about completing the task. Stay on Earth forever. Oh dear. Why can't I make jokes at such an old age? Wait until you return to the palace. When Zhao Jins carried him out of the car. Why do you feel that my sister is a few caddies lighter? Have you digested everything you ate at noon? Wait for dinner. The sea doll played the previous set again. A feat of light. Although after hearing about the deeds of Jin Zhao Mansion, Butler Zhu praised the little princess again and again, but even after seeing it, it's still amazing. Zhao Jinki is used to having her sister by her side. He couldn't help but take an extra bite. Fourth brother, why do you take 2 bites? Shopkins has always had a few desires about food. The 4th son's mouth is very picky. I dislike the poor cooking skills of the chefs in the mansion. The 4th son usually takes a bite. Butler Zhu explained with a smile. 4th brother is such a big person. How can you be picky eaters? How can the 4th brother be worse than me? Milky voice and fierce expression. The milk dumplings covered his face with blood. Who can stand this? I really want to kiss. Hug and lift it high. Butler Zhu was also happy to get together. The county owner should take good care of the 4th son. Look at the 4th son. He's all skinny and bony. The doll is serious. He ran to Zhao Jin's. The cheeks are angry. If the 4th brother doesn't eat in the future, he won't eat at all. Let's starve to death together. 4th son has a headache. Food cooked by the cook in the house. He really can't get in. The milk doll tilted its head and thought for a while. I left it to him. So the little girl happily went back to the table to sweep the dishes. After dinner, later, when the cub is sleepy and tired, Nanny Gao brought the lotus flower to kneel together. He is for the day. Apologized to the little princess about the granddaughter. Nanny Gao is the nanny of the four young masters. Has always been highly regarded and superior in the mansion. In the past, as long as he knelt, the fourth son will always help him up in person. Lotus has many situations at a young age. Silence. You're his grandmother Li Ying. Teach him well to avoid future disasters. Can you say this? It's already Zhao Jin's, for the sake of the nanny, but Gao Mengmeng doesn't think so. The newcomer really has the means. So soon, the fourth son was won over. Shane's eyes rolled as he stood up. Another idea came to mind. The fourth son and the little princess are only 5 years old. It's time to be squeamish. The girl in the King dynasty may not serve well. The old slave served 4 young masters. I know the temperament of dolls very well. It is better to have old slaves and Lianer to serve the little princess. Make up for it. Nanny Knife looked down at her face. In his eyes, as long as the little bastard falls into his hands, he'll turn him into dementia sooner or later.